All right, today we're taking a journey to Kyrgyzstan, through the heavenly mountains. Just imagine a place where these massive snow-capped peaks literally touch the sky, and where ancient nomadic traditions aren't just a thing of the past, they're a way of life. That's what we're diving into.
I mean, just listen to that. A land of wide steppes, gleaming turquoise lakes. It just paints such a vivid picture, doesn't it? It almost sounds like something out of a fantasy novel. But here's the crazy part. This place is real. And the best part? It's still kind of a hidden gem, you know? It hasn't been overrun by mass tourism.
So that's the big question, right? A place this vast, this untouched. How do you even begin to tackle it? I mean, how do you go past just being a tourist taking pictures and actually connect with the land and its culture? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down right now. Let's look at one amazing way to do it. Okay, first up, a call to adventure. We're talking about discovering the Switzerland of Central Asia. And yeah, that's a pretty bold nickname, but trust me, once you see what this place has to offer, you'll totally get why they call it that.
So, what's the secret sauce here? Well, it's this amazing mix. You've got these epic mountains, the Tian Shan, which literally means heavenly mountains, slicing right through the country. But it's not just about the landscape. Woven into all of that is this incredibly rich, living nomadic culture. And that's the key, right? It's that combo that turns a trip into a real adventure.
All right, let's dive into the landscapes and the legends. Because in Kyrgyzstan, you really can't separate the two. The nature and the history, they're completely tangled up together.
Okay, let's start with a big one. Issyk-Kul. They call it the Pearl of Central Asia, and it's not hard to see why. Just try to wrap your head around this. It's the second largest alpine lake on Earth. I mean, the scale is just mind-boggling. It's a true centerpiece of the country's natural beauty.
And of course, you can't go to the land of the heavenly mountains and not actually hiking them, right? This is where you get your boots dirty. This is where the adventure really kicks into high gear.
And we're not just talking about some random walk in the woods. This is a properly planned out experience. You're going to be hiking through the gorgeous Jirgalan Valley, then hopping on a legit off-road truck for an adventure up to Altan Arashan, and then exploring a place called the Valley of Flowers, which is exactly what it sounds like. And the best part, after all that activity, you get to kick back and relax in a natural thermal hot spring. I mean, come on.
But this trip isn't just about geography. It's also about history. It's like you're time traveling. One day, you're standing next to the Barana Tower, this lonely minaret that's a remnant of the ancient Great Silk Road. The next day, you're looking at petroglyphs. We're talking prehistoric rock art. And then, bam, you flash forward to the 20th century, checking out striking Soviet-era buildings in the capital, Bishkek. It's a total whirlwind through time.
Okay, so we've covered the epic landscapes and the deep history. But this next part, this is where things get really special. This is where the trip goes from just a tour to a genuine cultural experience. We're talking about diving headfirst into the heart of Kyrgyz culture, the nomadic experience.
And this is the real game changer. You're not just watching from a tour bus, you are living it. You're going to stay in traditional felt yurts, looking up at these huge open skies. You'll actually sit down and share meals with a family of Kyrgyz shepherds by Songko Lake. You'll get to experience the thrill of riding a horse across the steppes, and you'll witness a golden eagle hunting demonstration. That's a tradition that's been passed down for centuries. Just incredible.
And that immersion goes all the way to the food. Check this out, the Dungan culinary journey. It's not just about eating, it's a whole process. First, you visit this ethnic village, Irdik. Then, you're literally welcomed into a family's home. You get to hear their stories, learn about their unique culture, and then you get to taste at least 8 different home-cooked dishes. And to top it all off, you get to make your own ashlanfu, which is this famous spicy soup. Now that's how you connect with a place.
So you might be thinking, an adventure this epic and this remote, it must be complicated to plan, right? Well, yeah. A trip like this doesn't just magically happen. It takes some serious expertise and planning. Which brings us to your guide. So let's talk about the folks who put this all together, Brothers International Tours. What's cool is they're a family-owned, specialist agency, and they're based right in Singapore. And get this, they've been crafting these kinds of adventures since 1992. For decades, their whole thing has been connecting people with nature and culture in a really authentic way. And you don't have to take my word for it. The feedback from people who've actually done this trip says it all. I mean, flawless organization that gave them total peace of mind. When you're heading somewhere so remote, that's exactly what you want to hear.
But it's not just about the logistics being perfect, right? It's about the human element. You see people talking about the professionalism and warmth of the guides, and how that made the whole experience feel deeply personal and meaningful. That's the difference between a good trip and a great one.
And that's really the bottom line, isn't it? As this person says, they took a bucket list trip and turned it into something that was personal, something deeply memorable. That's the magic right there. Okay, the journey awaits. Let's pull everything together and look at the big picture of what this 12-day Kyrgyzstan adventure is all about.
All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty for a second, the practical stuff. If you look at what's included, you can see that so much is already handled for you. The air travel, the guides, all the accommodation, your meals, ground transport, it's all in there. Having that all laid out clearly is super important when you're planning a trip of this scale.
So to wrap it all up, what are the key takeaways here? Well, first off, it's a 12-day truly immersive journey. You're getting this incredible blend of majestic nature and rich nomadic culture. You get to explore actual Silk Road history while surrounded by stunning landscapes. And maybe most importantly, you're making authentic cultural connections. All of it guided by a trusted agency from Singapore. That's the whole package.
So your next adventure is waiting. But really, a trip like this is so much more than just a vacation. It's an invitation, right? An invitation to explore one of the last truly wild, unspoiled corners of our planet. It's a chance to step way off the beaten path and right into the heart of the heavenly mountains. So, the only real question left is, are you ready?